Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this series of videos, I'll be looking at the Judge Dredd case files in order and picking out the most prominent and important stories, as well as noting some artists and writers that actually appear in these books.
Okay, so volume 12 of the case files. This is the first one where we've got color issues in it. Trade-off for that is we have a thinner book. This is the standard kind of thickness for all of the case files from now on. But we do have kind of shiny sticker paper, which is quite nice. And this gives us some pretty decent things. I believe we are in a stage now where every single issue of Judge Dredd 2000 AD had a Judge Dredd center spread. I think previously it wasn't always guaranteed. I know all the way through um, Oz and Alabama Blimps and that kind of era, they were definitely colour inserts for those because I remember them being that way. But this is for sure, and I think it's because of the way that the colouring changed as well. So anyway, um, this is about a hitman. First one. Apparently, he was going to try and take out Chopper, but because Chopper didn't come back after Super Surf 10, he's left without a target, so he's kind of a bit disgruntled. So instead, he sets his sight on Dredd, who is literally just come back from Super Surf 10. Takes a shot at Dredd, wounds him. No one there. Talks to his shrink about it all and basically kills his shrink off as well. Manages to get a judge's uniform and break into Justice Department kind of medical facility to try and find Dredd. And Dredd zaps him on the shot and puts him on the ground. Love that. I do really like that Dredd. That Dredd face is really, really cool. Nice Hershey as well in this one. But yeah, again, pretty cool story. Not too bad at all. Then we get Simp Around the House, which is the follow-up to the original Simp thing. Again, we're looking at a kind of Cliff Robinson stuff. Cliff Robinson's pretty decent normally. This is no exception. The Simp has been bad. He's in trouble with the law. So he fakes his death by putting his goldfish on his surfboard, shooting it off into the back Atlantic, where it promptly dies. It's there. Hey, right at the end of it. I knew it's it. Yes, yes. Clovis Clunk goldfish lasts approximately 3 minutes before oxygen starvation ends its brief freedom. And because he's apparently dead, and his wife basically keeps him under floorboards from then on, which is quite cool. Skinny Wrecking Crew about a truck driver whose robot truck is disabled, and basically the truck loses its personality, so he goes out of his way to basically run down all of the perps that kind of killed his truck. This artwork in here, now this is who is this? This is Liam Sharp. We start getting some slightly over exaggerated dreads in these. The Sage, Glenn Fabry, another decent obviously artist. About a guy who comes in on a magical ox into Mega City 1, and they basically kind of give him the once over, and are not convinced that he's telling the truth, and basically punches the Dredd in the mouth, in the helmet actually, and kind of completely dents the front of his faceplate, and yeah, gets put away for a couple of years. That's not too bad. Full Metal Jacket, about a guy who basically is a ex-gang gang member who is released from prison and goes on revenge, basically killing all his rivals. The story's not too bad, but the Ian Gibson artwork is very, very good, so it helps up that one. Yeah, not too bad. And then it changes to who we got, McCartney and Parkhouse. Yes, that's right. Which again, not too bad at all. I think we see some more Parkhouse stuff later on as we're going through. There's a few issues though. It's yeah, it's not brilliant. It's okay. Now this is one of the highlights in my opinion. I like this one. This is Bloodline. Okay, so this is this is Simpson artwork. Right, this is a very, very important story. This is probably the most important story in this actually this collection. So we have a guy who disables, apparently a judge that disables his tutor, goes off to try and find this thing where he knows in Mega City 1 there's some kind of calling to him. He doesn't know what's going on. Needs to go there and figure out what's going on. Dredd also gets this same kind of premonition of needing to go back to this location in the city. And they both eventually find it. They come across this tile pattern on the ground, which apparently has got some kind of pattern to it that's got a danger to it. The other guy gets the same warnings and basically decides to avoid the certain tiles. And when Dredd arrives, he gets the same warning. But when the first guy turns up, it turns out that the tutor is there waiting for him, Odell. It turns out this new guy that we don't see the face of and we don't know who he is a clone of Dredd. Recovered from the Judder from the end of Oz, and basically is there kind of being trained up by Justice Department to possibly be Dredd's replacement. Now, this is where this is in these issues from now on, we start seeing Dredd drawn really, really grizzled and ancient and very, very old looking, because effectively he's been, he's getting on, and this is kind of like the idea that they're going to kill Dredd off and replace him, and the Justice Department have pretty much got that backup. If he dies, there's always going to be another Dredd because we were training this one. So that's a pretty a kind of important thing, and it will come up quite a few times in the next few volumes, that storyline, especially one later on, which is very, very important. Next up, we have Batmugger, which is Alan Davis artwork. They originally said this was a prototype for Judgment and Gotham, the Batman Judge Dredd crossover, and it well could have been. But it's Alan Davis, and I absolutely love Alan Davis' artwork. It doesn't look quite the same as Alan Davis as normal, but it's still familiar enough to recognise him. But yeah, good story. Kind of a tester, you know. But yeah, one and done job. Hot EU is Brett Aaron's artwork about a college initiation that goes wrong. Again, not too bad. We have the Brainstem Man, which is next, which is Barry Kitson artwork. I like Barry Kitson artwork. I remember Barry Kitson on Legion 89 and 88 and 88. Love that stuff. And this is, you can see kind of his early style kind of developing here. So yeah, Kitson's going to show up quite a few times as well in the next couple of books as well. Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is very good. This is probably one of the better uses of the color splashes. So we'll start off with Douglas Mackenzie's trying to ride these twisters in Mega City 1, or at least near Mega City 1, and Dredd is determined to see the guy injured and basically bring him into Mega City 1 so he can arrest him for stopping his actual arrest of Chopper back in the end of Super Surf 10. Unfortunately, it doesn't go to plans. When Douglas Mackenzie drops on the ground, he goes off to try and catch him. And it turns out there's a kind of another group of bad guys that are trying to kidnap him as well at the same time. He goes into the Twister. Now, so that's all black and white. Then we get to Somewhere Over the Rad Zone. He gets sucked up into this Twister, wakes up, and it turns out in the percent splash, he's gone to Oz. Ha ha ha! It's the Wizard of Oz. So yeah, this is a good one. This has got the silver judge boots. This is just a cool story. Yeah, basically goes and kills the Tin Man, kills the Scarecrow. Gets whisked off back to Mega City 1, where it promptly returns back to black and white. And it turns out he was hallucinating the entire time, and the Tin Man and Scarecrow and stuff were actually the kind of the criminals that were trying to kidnap Jugs McKin. So yeah, a good story. So this one again is another one of those kind of slow burner characters that I love. This is PJ Maybe. This is another decent story from PJ Maybe. Okay, so this is the second appearance of PJ Maybe. We've already seen him kill off some people randomly in his block to see if he could do it. This time he is killing off his uncle because apparently his mum is heir to the Yes Justice Department trouser production group, and they want the money basically. So he kills his uncle off in an accident, and then basically kills his grandfather off by giving him his disease using the same robot he did, and gets away with it. This is only the first part of this story. Like, there's more to come for this one. Then we get some more Will Simpson artwork, which is very, very nice. Carnival Circus one are basically about a load of a kind of thing with kind of loads of frauds being put upon there as well. Night at the Opera, which is a kind of a jokey one about a science fiction opera thing, which is kind of doesn't go very, very well because there is a kidnap attempt actually on the stage. Worms is up next with a recycling thing about these giant worms that are made, and this guy basically kills his classmates in there and tries to tell that that it wasn't his fault and does it. Unfortunately, it doesn't go very well for him. Then we get back to PJ Maybe, where he's killing the rest of the family off. One about the gods looking down on Mega City 1, where Judge Dredd is made to be nice, and unfortunately being nice in Mega City 1 does not help, and it turns out that you have to go back to being slightly nasty. Elster Ninja Mud Wrestling Vigilantes, kind of a Turtles parody. Pretty good, not too bad, nice artwork. Then one here, which I don't think has actually got a name to this story, which is about a guy who has a very, very bad day and basically it kills somebody by accident and ends up killing like 7 people in a row. Pretty decent. Curse of Spider Woman, Will Simpson artwork. This is fantastic. About a lass who's basically been given this genetic disease that turns her into a giant spider, and she will return later. She's exiled to the cursed earth because, or exiled to the cursed earth. She's apparently driven to a clinic in the cursed earth. Whether that's true or not, we don't actually know. Alzheimer's block, which is one about a Elster block where they are killing the people in the Elster block, and it turns out actually it's Justice Department sanctioned, and nobody's supposed to know about it. So it's kind of a dark kind of storyline. Tiger about a saber-tooth tiger that runs amok. Pretty good. Armin Man in Hondo. This one is a good one. So first up, the way it's written, yeah, there's some questionable way that's looking at this nowadays. Yeah, it's not the best of way of giving a Japanese Mega City 1. The kind of the language is kind of stilted English, that kind of thing as well. The artwork is fantastic, and the design for the Hondo City Judges is absolutely spectacular. I absolutely love the Hondo City Judges. We'll see these probably later on with Shimura in the Judge Dredd magazine. But yeah, so it turns out there's a robot that goes amok, and it turns out that it is a Justice Department plant, and it's kind of there to basically sabotage and kill a load of people should they need to kill people, and they're basically Dredd has to destroy it before it kind of is caught and captured, and they actually trace it back to Justice Department. Quite a cool twist ending in this one as well, where Dredd is kind of interrogated. Very, very good, and basically he wants there's kind of a massive rival between these two characters. Back to Return of the Spider-Woman, where the spider does actually come back and returns. Again, Will Simpson artwork, very, very good. The Sweet Stuff, which is about a sugar addiction. Pretty cool. Spock's Mock Chocks with some... this is from McCartney. This is, yeah. Oh, no, sorry. This is Jamie Hewitt artwork, which makes it even rarer in 2000 AD. Not too bad. Pretty cool. Definitely kind of similar to the his Tank Girl stuff. But yeah, pretty good. Crazy Barry Little Mo rounds out this one. So this is about a judge that has got a little demon imp that lives inside his head, and it turns out that it tells him to do lots of bad things. And by the end of the time, it's kind of end of the story. Basically, it's kind of like he's tracked down, caught, corrupted, and the SJS are ready to move into him. But this time, he actually escapes and managed to flee into the wilderness, as it were. But yeah, the artwork for this one's pretty decent as well. So yeah, this is another one of them kind of continuing stories that are going to kind of build up over time. So we've got PJ Maybe, we've got this, got a few other, you've got obviously Bloodlines. So this one's got kind of a lot. This is definitely got some stuff in here that is for the those kind of storylines where they start here. Another important one. There's a few fillers in this one, admittedly enough, but all in all, again, not a bad volume. Definitely up there with the kind of the regular stuff. Not quite to the standards of 8, 9, and 10, where we had City of the Damned and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, pretty good. We're going to see some changes over the next couple of volumes where we're going to start integrating stuff from the Judge Dredd magazine. And we'll get to them when we come to it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I can say about Volume 12. And thanks very much. Hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye-bye.